Welcome. Today is May 13th, 2025. We are here. Can't believe it's already May. We're here for our regularly scheduled Commissioners Court for Karnes County, Texas. We do have a quorum present, so let's stand for our prayer and pledge and we'll get started. Lord, we come before you now and we thank you for your countless blessings, for the gift of life, and for your unwavering love and grace. Lord, we pray for strength and wisdom to navigate the challenges that lie ahead. Grant us the courage to face our fears and the faith to trust in your divine plan. May our hearts be filled with compassion and kindness, and may we extend your love to those we encounter. Bless our leaders with discernment and integrity, and inspire us all to work together for the common good. May our actions reflect your will and bring glory to your name. In times of uncertainty, remind us your promises and help us to find peace in your presence. Let us be instruments of your peace, spreading hope and joy to those who are weary and burdened. We offer this prayer in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Ms. Sweezy, do we have any citizens to be heard this morning?
I have none signed up, Judge.
None signed up. Then we're going to move to item number 6. Acknowledge the County Library Board approved Mandy Schieneman as the new County Library Board member to represent the Runge Public Library. She replaced Sylvia Davila. Ms. Donna.
Hello.
How are you?
I just let you know that Mandy Schieneman took over in April. And she used to work at the Runge Library for quite a while, and then she has quit there, but she saw an opportunity to help still support them, so she wanted to be a board member, and she took over for Ms. Davila.
Good. Thank you. Any discussion from the court? Thank you. Okay, if not, we'll move to item number 7. Acknowledge the proclamation recognizing Karnes County Mental Health Awareness Month in May of 2025. Ms. Doris is here with her Camino Real staff. Do you want to read it? I think you read it. Okay. Well, Carl, come on up.
Hello and good morning. I'm here with my team, the Karnes County CERT team with Camino Real and the Veterans Liaison, Amber Ramos. Today I will be reading the Karnes County Mental Health Awareness Proclamation. Whereas mental health is a vital part of every individual's overall health and well-being, and mental health challenges affect people of all ages, backgrounds, and walks of life, including here in Karnes County. And whereas recent events, including the tragic loss of a young adult member of our community, have reminded us of the urgent importance of mental health awareness, education, and accessible support for individuals of all ages. And whereas suicide is preventable, and by working together to promote early intervention, reduce stigma, and provide strong community support systems, we can save lives and bring hope to those who are struggling. And whereas fostering open and compassionate conversations about mental health, especially among our young people, is critical to healing, resilience, and long-term prevention. And whereas Mental Health Awareness Month, observed each May, is an opportunity to honor those we have lost, uplift those who are struggling, and commit to building a healthier, more connected, and informed community. And whereas Karnes County is dedicated to supporting mental health initiatives in our schools, homes, churches, public institution, and to ensure that no one feels alone in their time of need. And whereas Camino Real Community Services will provide free mental health education and training opportunities to schools, agencies, and the general public to strengthen awareness, prevention, and community support. Whereas we call on all residents to take action, whether by checking in with loved ones, seeking support, participating in free training, or advocating for mental health resources. Together, we can break the silence, offer hope, and save lives.
Now therefore, I, Wade J. Hedke, the County Judge of Karnes County, on this day, May 13th, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Karnes County. All right, y'all want to come up? I'll sign this, and y'all want to come up, have a picture?
Yes.
Yeah. I know how much commissioners like to play musical chairs.
I needed a step stool.
Perfect. More? Okay, perfect. Ready? 1, 2, 3, one more.
Thank you. I saw.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, this is on that card stock.
Sign that one.
Okay, Doris, thank you and your team for what y'all do. I was at, last week, guardianship and probate conference, and mental health is obviously a major thing that we need to focus on, especially in our legislator for funding and the unfunded mandate stuff that potentially is coming down to counties like us and all over is just not fair, so. Okay, item number 8 is acknowledge proclamation recognizing May as Brain Awareness Month and May 7th as Brain Donation Awareness Day in Karnes County. All right, Mr. Blake, Blake Sanchez is our Veteran Service Officer, and sponsoring is Angel Nevadas with SPARC.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Court. I saw the weird look by brain donation. I'll explain a little bit so that everybody understands. It's not when you're alive. We'll start there. So brain health awareness it coincides with mental health awareness, as we know. Specifically, Ms. Angel here is from SPARC, which is a DoD-funded program where they're studying the TBI effects for both impact TBIs and blast TBIs within service members that have experienced traumatic brain injuries. With that, there's visible scar tissue that forms within the brain, and it's different between impact versus blast, whereas blast will turn brown discoloration around it, and impact will have some different scarring that is formed with it. All of this has reaches across PTSD, depression, anxiety, so on and so forth. There's many different forms and functions that come out from the brain damage associated with TBIs. This DoD program is doing this research on these brain tissue to try to further our understanding of what PTSD is and how it impacts everything, how it can be more prevented, what protective measures we can take for blasts. And it has implications that can spread out across the entire world, not just the military. Talking about everything from NFL football helmets to our service members, law enforcement, firefighters' helmets if they take a impact TBI from debris falling in a building, you name it. So it's a really good program. The brain donation part of that is all of the brains come from, it's essentially an organ donor program, just like you would fill out at DMV, except this is for your brain. It's essentially just designating, instead of you have a free-for-all if I go, this is one spot where this goes to this program. And it's a very good program that's turning a lot of good results. I actually followed their results for the last couple of years now, and they reached out to me and I was like, that's you guys. I didn't know. So really pretty exciting stuff. And I'll go ahead and turn it over to her so she can share what else she needs to.
Hi, good morning. My name is Angel Narvaez. I'm with SPARK. SPARK stands for Service Personnel Advancing Research in CTE, Chronic Traumatic Encephalopathy. So CTE can only be diagnosed once somebody has passed. So with this research is they're hoping to find better ways to treat it, faster ways to diagnose it. Again, brain donation is part of the program. The criteria for this program is between 18 to 60. So any veterans, service members that want to pre-register, it will go directly towards this research that's very important for our service members and veterans. Blake pretty much covered almost everything. So he's done a lot of research, and we appreciate it very much. And thank you so much for allowing me to be here and speak with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. Blake, would you like me to read the proclamation?
If you want to, sir.
Court, would y'all like me to read it? Okay. All right, this is declaring May as Brain Health Awareness Month and May 7th specifically as Brain Donation Awareness Day in Karnes County. Whereas brain health is vital to overall health and life, impacting memory, decision-making, emotional well-being, and relationships across the lifespan. And whereas millions of Americans, including many of our nation's veterans and active duty military personnel, are affected by brain health conditions such as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, traumatic brain injury, TBI, depression, anxiety, and neurodegenerative diseases. And whereas service members and veterans face unique risks to brain health due to the physical and psychological demands of military service, and they deserve timely, effective care and strong community support. And whereas early intervention, ongoing care, and access to resources are essential in supporting brain health and recovery for all, especially those who have served our country. And whereas community awareness, education, and outreach efforts help reduce stigma, encourage treatment, and foster resilience among individuals and families affected by brain health challenges. And whereas brain donation plays a critical role in advancing scientific research into neurological conditions, and May 7th is recognized as Brain Donation Awareness Day, a time to honor donors and educate the public about this research and its contributions. Now therefore be it resolved that Karnes County Commissioners Court hereby proclaim May 25th as Brain Health Awareness Month and May 7th, 2025 as Brain Donation Awareness Day. In Karnes County, Texas, in Karnes County, Texas, and urges all residents, healthcare providers, organizations, and public institutions to increase understanding of brain health, support those affected, including our veterans and military families, and raise awareness of brain donation and its impact on future treatment and cures. Proclaim this 13th day of May 2025. Blake, thank you, Angel.
Do you mind if we get a picture?
I don't. Y'all come on up. I got one right here. I didn't know that was a two-pager, but I read it off 2 pages. We do have proclamation right here on 1 page, so y'all come on up. All right, item number 9, acknowledge the receipt of a donation made to Karnes County EMS in the amount of $500 from Jane Brimble Tennant. Funds are to be used at the discretion of the EMS chief, Casey Ebram.
Good morning, Judge and Commissioners. This is a housekeeping acknowledgement item for the donation that we received. We're very grateful for Mrs. Tennant's donation. This is her second, actually, to our department, so we're very grateful for her contribution to our agency.
Got it spin already?
No, sir, not yet.
Item number 10, acknowledge the receipt of fiscal year 25 county 911 funds from the Southwest Texas Regional Ambulance Advisory Council, which is STRAC, in the amount of $8,594. Funds are to be used on eligible projects expenses prior to 8/31/2025. Casey.
Good morning again. So this is an annual receipt that we get every single year, so just for education for the public and Commissioner Viatric, as you're new to the court, every year we receive our annual, we call them 911 funds from, they're pass-through dollars from the state of Texas down to the regional advisory councils who are distributors of that money throughout the trauma service area, STRAC being our RAC. So the total dollar amount that we actually were allocated from the state based upon call volume is how that's structured was $11,594. So of that $11,594, $1,500 of that was already utilized for a regional project within the rules of DSHS with the cardiac arrest registry for enhanced survival cares, as well as another $1,500 for the regional infection control officer program. So the state of Texas says that we as an EMS provider have to have a licensed regional or licensed infection control officer. The region STRAC has provided that or set up that service utilizing UT Health out of San Antonio. So we've elected to participate in that since its inception, since almost 5 years now. So 3,000's already been spent, and then our dues to the STRAC membership is $400. So the remainder of the $8,594 is what we have receipted, and we have to use that prior to 8/31/25, based upon the projects and rules that DSHS has set forth. So we have a small capital project. We're looking to utilize that and some EMTF reimbursement money to purchase for this fiscal year, so we don't have to buy it within our budget next year.
Awesome, awesome. Discussion, questions from the court? If not, we will move on to item number 11, acknowledge the proclamation recognizing the week of May 18th through 24, 2025 as the Emergency Medical Services Week. All right, another proclamation. Casey, you reading or am I reading?
I'll read it, and
All right.
I'll default to you at the end.
Perfect.
Give you a break. So I was hoping to have a good showing of personnel here today with two reasons. Number one, we have our third ventilator lab for the day, so we got about 15 of our staff there currently being lectured by Dr. Azai. And we set a new record yesterday, actually, for Karnes County. Within a 24-hour period of time, we had 20 calls for service. Our previous record was 18. So when you throw in an average time on task of 2.5 hours per call, that makes for a really long day for our on-duty personnel. So I will read the proclamation recognizing next week as EMS week. To designate the week of May 18th through 24th, 2025 as Emergency Medical Services Week. Whereas emergency medical services is a vital public service, and whereas the members of emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas emergency medical services fills healthcare gaps by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventative medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine. And whereas the emergency medical services system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency physicians, trained members of the public, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. And whereas the members of emergency medical services teams, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of emergency medical services providers by designating Emergency Medical Services Week.
Now therefore, I, Wade J. Hedke, County Judge, Karnes County, Texas, in recognition of this event, do hereby proclaim the week of May 18th, 2024, May 18 through 24 of 2025 is Emergency Medical Services Week. The 51st anniversary of EMS Week theme is EMS Week, We Care for Everyone. I encourage the community to observe this week with the appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities in honor the EMS profession and the essential service it provides. And we do have our EMSs, I would put them up against anybody in the state. They've proved that before and time again. Casey, y'all do an excellent job, so.
Got a great
we're
team.
Happy, yes, we do.
We'll be doing our first annual EMS Week games at our station in Kennedy next week, so anybody that's wanting to come and witness,
Flag
come
football?
forth. We don't need any workers' comp claims, we're not gonna do any flag football, but we're gonna do some clinical skills, probably a quick driving competition at slow speeds. And then we're gonna do some radio challenge Lego, challenges to put Legos together on a radio communication basis, and then doing some Jeopardy. So it's going to be a good time. So anybody's welcome to attend.
Awesome.
And next year we're hoping to have a nice public ceremony at our hopeful new facility. So
Absolutely.
thank y'all.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Casey.
sir.
All right, item number 12 is discuss, approve, disapprove, lifting, removing current burn ban in effect for Karnes County. That is up to discussion with the court. We have had rain throughout the county, although some have gotten more than others. It has been fairly wet. However, today is going to start a week of 100-plus temperatures, so it's going to dry out quick. But I know that there's some folks that do have some things that need to be burned. Shelby, previous commissioner, Precinct 1, had put together an agricultural form for an exemption to burn ag, and that came in extremely helpful the past couple of weeks. There are folks that obviously do it right, and whenever you have folks that their business is running bulldozers and piling up brush, and they've got all the equipment there, it's worked really well. So, however, this is to lift the burn ban.
I move that we lift the burn ban.
I'll second that.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Burn ban lifted. Please burn carefully. Item number 13 is to discuss, approve, disapprove negotiating a 2-year extension with Falls City National Bank for bank depository bid. Vida.
Good morning, everyone. In August of 2023, we signed a contract with Falls City National Bank with the option for a term of 4 years, with the option to negotiate after 2 years, so that 2 years is up. Basically, the only thing we would be negotiating with them would be an interest rate on any CDs. And Corrine and I have already talked about the ACH limit, which doesn't really affect any of you, but whenever we pay GO bills, sometimes it's $5 million that we send out at any given time, and right now the limit is $2 million. So we've been happy with the bank. They've gone to business online recently. So basically what we do is upload secure files to them to pay the ACH, pay the payroll, do the wires. Tammy has now learned how to do the transfers herself instead of having to fax them, which is not very secure, or email them, do them online herself. So if there's any questions or anything, then she can answer any problems that they are having. So we've been very happy with them. We have a very good working relationship with them, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I agree. Discussion from the court.
So, Vi,
Yes, sir.
the last 2 years, y'all, like you said, you've been doing great. You don't
Yes.
recommend to go out on bids or anything like
No.
that? Just stay with
No.
what we have right now?
Correct.
Everything's basically going to stay the same except some
Yes,
interest
Judge
rates?
Hedke and I will go talk to Gerald and Corrine about the interest rates, because we've talked about, and Tom and I have talked about putting some CDs there in the bank
No dramatic changes?
for them, but nothing dramatic, no.
It is, without getting too far in the weeds, Falls City National Bank, Gerald and Corrine have taken care of the county whenever nobody really wanted to take care of the county.
Yes.
And they're local. They've been good to us. They've taken care of us. And I would like to see, going forward, they handle a lot of money for us.
Yes.
And a lot of that money is GO money, and we are able to invest that. Tom has brought some practices that have helped make some money for the county. I would like to return some of that to our local vendors to invest with them to
Yes.
help us make money as well.
And in the past, like in the last 10, 12 years, because we only do this every other year, I have taken bid packets to the local banks, because it needs to be a bank within your county, and nobody returns the bids. Nobody wants tens of millions of dollars floating through theirs on a daily basis. They have to collateralize it.
Correct.
That day when it's there. So like when we have bank or with the tax office, I'm in contact with Corrine. Okay, we're fixing to make a $10 million deposit.
Right.
Or a $5 million deposit, so she can make sure we have enough to cover that. So-
My concern going out with bids, you could potentially have somebody that would come in and say, absolutely, we'd love to take your business. And they take it on for 6 months and they're like, oh my God, this is terrible. We're not able to gain anything
Yes.
from this, and it's a ton of work for us. And then Falls City says, hey, y'all left us. Why should we take you back now?
Right, right.
And then we're gonna be in a big bind.
Right.
So, I have nothing else.
Make a motion to approve negotiating a two-year contract with Falls City National Bank for bank depository bid.
Extension? Second?
Second. Okay, got a motion and a second. All of those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to it? Motion carries. Thank you. Bye. Item number 14, discuss, approve, disapprove, going out for bids for bank depository contract effective August 1st.
And that was only if y'all
If
did not
we-
want to
correct.
negotiate, so I had to do one or the other.
No
action.
no action on that. on
Thank you.
Discussion.
And
Thank you.
Judge, I'll
Bye.
get with you on the
We'll
bank.
set up a day, yeah. Item 15, number 15 is discuss, approve, disapprove auctioning KCSO vehicles beyond reasonable repair. Sheriff?
Yes, we have 7 vehicles. We went through all of them to try to see if we could repair them or put them back on the road. And due to the mileage, a lot of them are out of warranty, and the money we'd put into them just isn't worth what we'd get out of them. So
Do you have a auction company that you're looking at yet?
I do not, sir. I'd have to find one.
I reached out to the sheriff's department, and all these vehicles have over 100,000 miles. They all have major engine or transmission problems, so it just seems logical to, let's get them out of our hair and use that money to put back into the sheriff's office. So I'd make a motion to approve auctioning the Karnes City Sheriff's Office vehicles beyond reasonable repair.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Nice having a resident mechanic on the court. Commissioner Yatrick. Item number 16, discuss, approve, disapprove line item transfer in the amount of $20,000 from GL 100-560-5711 vehicles to GL 100-560-5712 vehicle equipment to purchase needed vehicle and install cost. Can you clarify that a little bit for us, Sheriff?
Yes, it's for actually vehicle equipment. I'm going to turn it over to the chief. He's been working on this for me.
Good morning, Judge.
Chief.
Good morning, Commissioners. How are y'all?
Good.
All right, so as you know, we're trying to constantly add stuff to get our units up to where they need to be. Let me raise up this. So little things so far we have is a stalker radar system. They're old, outdated. This one that actually went out was purchased by a California Highway Department back in 1990, and it was repurchased by the Karnes County Sheriff's Office as a refurbished, or however you want to call it. It was not repairable, so those things are about $2,700 a piece. We have another one that's getting looked at right now to hopefully be able to be fixed. If not, we'll have to add that. But of course, we want to protect our units as best as possible, so we're also going to go after 10 grill guards for the Tahoes that currently don't have, which are all of them except for the 2 new ones we have. The added protection from deer, hogs, or whatever else they may come in contact with to save kind of money on that front end of the vehicles is also something we're going to be trying to purchase. But other than that,
Also our deputies that are rounding up loose cattle. all the
yeah,
time.
well, yeah, all the cattle, they're always rounding up in case they run into the car. But that's basically what we're looking at right now, is just trying to get the vehicles outfitted with the right equipment.
Yeah, when Sheriff and Chief came and visited with me about that, and they discovered that piece of that striker that was 1990 California Highway Patrol, and then somehow made it all the way down to Karnes County, America. It's a little, I'd say it's a little outdated.
Make the motion to approve item number 16 as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Item number 17, thank you, Sheriff, thank you, Chief. Discuss, approve, disapprove appointing Tammy Broadway, Karnes County Tax Assessor Collector to calculate the no new tax rate and the voter approval tax rate for the 2025 tax year. Tammy?
Good morning. This is just a general formality that we do every single year. If somebody else on the board would like to calculate the tax rate, y'all are more than welcome to. Otherwise, I'll be glad to do it.
Make the motion to approve item number 17 as presented.
I'll second it.
We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to it? Motion carries. Karnes County has one of the lowest. It was just published in the county progress, if anybody wants to look
Yes.
at that. We have one of the lowest tax rates in the state of Texas,
They bring it up at the
0.2399.
conferences all the time.
All the time. We have an extremely low tax rate, which is a good thing for our taxpayers. We thank them for that. Item number 18, discuss, approve, disapprove to approve annual fee for tax collection software contract with Pritchard and Abbott Incorporated, P&A, for October 25 through September 2027. It's been reviewed by the county attorney. Contract contains all tax collection software, official county tax office website, tax statement software, and license fees and hardware. The annual fee for the 2025-2026 is $55,935. For 2026-27 is $58,935. No bid is required since this is a professional service. Tammy?
Okay, this is just the contract that we have to do every 2 years with P&A. I am very happy with P&A. They're doing a great job. If we have a problem, they usually get back to us right away if they don't answer us right when we call. Right now, the appraisal district, the school, and us, we're all on P&A, so when P&A in Fort Worth makes changes, it's done to all the computers. If we were to get rid of them, we'd probably have to hire 1 or 2 more people from my office to do all the data entry by hand. They're very hands-on. I was speaking with a lady up at P&A. Other vendors are not so much hands-on. They're very hands-on. They print out all the statements for us, those nice little pink letters that y'all get in October. They print them all out for us. Whenever we have to file liens and stuff with the state, they always do everything for us. They send us, the forms and stuff. We have to sign them and send it back to them, and then they take care of it for us. So I'm very happy with them. We just need to get this contract signed and get it back to them.
How many years have we been with P&A?
I know we got on them when Brenda was still here.
As long as I've been here.
So I don't remember the exact year we got on them, to be honest with you. I know Brenda was still in office when we got on with them.
I see the benefit of P&A working with the county, the school, and the appraisal
The
district?
appraisal district. It took us forever to get all 3. The last one to get on was the school.
Yeah.
And it was real nice, and, with just 2 of us, because we would have stuff so much faster than what the school would have it. But now we all get it at the same time, because we're all 3 on the same vendor. So it's very nice.
Yeah, I do see the benefit of that. I would, at some point in the future, like to make sure that they're on par with what other companies can provide as well.
I agree with Judge Sue. I think next time we need to put it out for bids just to compare, just for transparency.
And it may, they may come back and they may be the cheapest, and the court can still weigh, like Commissioner Lissy said, the court can still weigh the benefit if another would be a little bit cheaper, but they don't provide the same services. You can weigh that out, and we can still say, hey, they're a little more expensive. We want to continue using them because it does help our tax office, it helps the appraisal.
Yes, it helps
the
out a
school,
lot.
and it makes it all work. But I think that we should, in the future, let some others look at it. But item number 18 is to approve that specifically. Item number 19 is approve that specifically. So 18, I'm sorry.
I'll make the motion to approve item number 18 as presented.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Item number 19, discuss, approve, disapprove, appointing a county representative to fill the vacancy on the Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Board. I was approached by Mr. Galen Elke week before last. He called me and said, Judge, y'all don't have a representative on there since Commissioner Dupnick has retired, and I feel like y'all should probably have somebody on there. And so I told him I offered, if none of the other commissioners would like to do that. I talked to Commissioner Beatrick in passing. He was in my office, and actually it was a day that Mr. Elke had talked to me, and he deferred to Commissioner Rosales if Commissioner Rosales wanted to serve, and so I guess they've worked that out. Commissioner Beatrick, you're the author. Go ahead.
So I was approached by the representatives from City of Kennedy about the Tiers Board. I asked for more information because I'd never heard of it before. So I've spent a lot of time over the last week researching. Essentially, there is a subdivision behind Walmart, 169 acres, and around 2011, 2012, the City of Kennedy created this tax investment redistribution zone reinvestment zone. The point is they lock in the current property tax rate at the time that they created the zone, and then as the property taxes increase, they take that money and they reinvest it back through the builders who are building homes to make improvements to the area, like sidewalks, streets, water lines, and things of that nature. The county entered into an interlocal agreement with the City of Kennedy at that time, and the board is created of members from all the taxing entities there. So Mr. Dupnick was on that board. He is no longer there. They asked me to be on it. I spoke with Commissioner Rosales because this is technically in Precinct 3, and he said that he'd be more than happy to let me serve on that board. So I'm learning. I'm happy to do it. I just don't know that I should nominate myself for the board. That would be, well, I would leave that to you, sir.
Okay. Any other discussion? I'll move that,
Talking to your mic.
I move that we appoint Commissioner Beatrick to fill a vacancy on the Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Board.
I'll second it.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for serving, Commissioner Beatrick. Item number 20, discuss, approve, disapprove request by Karnes County Road and Bridge Engineer to obtain a permit from TxDOT to install culvert at the intersection of County Road 175 and Farm to Market 626 in Precinct 1. Wayne.
Good morning, Court. We finished that project up probably, I want to say a month and a half ago, and we almost immediately started getting complaints from the public. Hey, listen, change the nature of the road. It's putting more water in there. The fact of the matter is that they had a swell in here beforehand. If we had had the permit process in place back then, I'd have probably gone ahead and requested it as part of this project. But I included a few pictures for you guys to look at. You can see the nature of the problem. And right there on the, I believe it's the first picture, looking southeast towards, you should be looking for something like this, guys. But that first picture shows of one of the recent rains we've had, thank God, how the water's ponding up there. And if you keep scanning through the pictures, you'll see the other side of the intersection where there's no water. And that is the nature of the problem. You slip to the last picture, and it's actually looking up County Road 175 at the new improvements. The water's obviously coming down. We actually put a crown on the road and everything, as part of the project. So the water's really flowing. It's evacuating the water from the County Road 175 right away onto the intersection. And whenever you get a heavy rain, you're going to get some ponding there, not only at the intersection, but even across 626. TxDOT reached out, after several constituent complaints. And in fact, as Commissioner Beatrick has also gotten some of them. This is a needed improvement. We'd have, like I said, we've included it with County Road 175. It'll just be a matter of us going back in there and putting that improvement in right now. And It's going to be for the better, for all of our constituents, including the people that are going down 626, but also our County Road 175.
Well, does the culvert go under 175?
No, sir, the culvert's going to go under, yes, sir, yes, sir. The culvert is going to go under 175 to transfer water down that 626 right-of-way. And the justification for us doing it is we're actually bringing the water. I mean, we're not the only one bringing the water, but we had that project out there. It's actually brought more water to it since we straightened the drainage out on our road. And so if we put this in there, it'll take care of it from both sides.
I feel like this is gonna be, going forward, that this needs to be looked at in all of our designs where we have,
It is.
especially farm to market road frontage. I believe that this is gonna be a significant problem on another project that we're working on right now.
You're right, Judge. I mean, we look at it all the time. The fact that you guys are allowing us to use the permit is great, because we're not gonna go out and look for every opportunity to do it, but this, you know, where we're bringing improvements and a change, it'll be a good thing for the county.
And so TxDOT will give us the permit to place that culvert or culverts in their right of way. And is there a cost associated with
No,
this
sir.
yet? No permit fee from them,
Nope.
just cost,
They-
in-house cost to install it?
That's correct. All we have to do, just like what we did at 254 and 264, when we look at things and we agree on that, hey, this is something that we need, or they need, or however it works, they are very good partners. They work with us and help us expedite the whole process and the acceptance as well.
What's the pipe size gonna be?
It'll probably be an 18-inch culvert. We don't want to put anything too big in there to exacerbate the hump. But we'll probably do some, you know, ditch cleaning just to make sure we get good water flowing through there.
What's the length, 50?
It'll be 50 to 60 feet. The ones we put up on County Road 254 and 264 were a little bit longer, but it'll be 50 to 60 feet.
And the water before, before we did Park County Road and all that was just going into like the
It was-
properties and everything? And then we
Yes, sir.
directed it to 626?
And some of it was storing up on the road too, just because the road was the ditch in that particular instance. So
got you.
what we did is we crowned up that road, we built it up, sloped it off so we would keep the water off of the road, and it's got to go somewhere.
I know the state sometimes does their like a 2-year plan. That's when I talk with Nick, they do a 2-year plan. Think maybe we can get with them a couple of, you know, like we foresee what's going on and get with them on these, because I just don't want this to become an issue that we're gonna put pipes on their roadways every time we do one of our roads.
Right.
We get with them a couple of years before that and plan, tell them that we're coming down this road, we're gonna push, we do our due diligence on the road and everything, and do a hydraulic study on it, and figure out how much water we're gonna push to the state highway, and then get them to kind of get that thing in place, because the last time they told me, they said they need, I believe, I don't wanna quote the words exactly, but 2 years in advance notice.
Right.
Or something
And
like
and
that.
actually, it could be a lot quicker. We do that as part of our normal design. If we see them coming, we can tell them, and they'll work with us any way they can. But the fact of the matter is, their road improvements are stretched out a lot further than ours are. We're really coming to the end of them. So every time we can see that they could do something, we ask them to, and they do it. But whenever we're finishing up our infrastructure pretty rapidly. So we try to look to stay out of each other's right of way when we can.
Of course, I know, I get you. But the last time that I talked with the state and we had a meeting on that, I asked them about the culverts, and they said that if they don't have it budgeted in, they won't help us. They can't help us with the
They can't.
culverts because
That's
it's not
correct.
budgeted in. But
That's correct.
if we advance notice them a couple of years before,
Right.
maybe they can put it, I don't know, it's just a long
Right.
shot, but,
And that's exactly what we try to do during the design process.
okay.
So shortly after taking office, I received calls about County Road 175. I was being told that water would run out actually into 626. It was creating a hazard. People could hydroplane out there. I reached out to the state, and they kind of told me it'd be at least a couple years before they could get to it. They had no plans to be going down 626 anytime soon. I did talk to Mr. Geisler at the time, and I feel that this permitting process is going to help offer a solution to this. I hope that in the future we can plan ahead of time so we don't have to do this, but my understanding is if we build this to their specs, the state will take this into their inventory, and then in the future they will maintain it.
Yeah, that's correct.
So,
I'm fine with it. Thank you for your hard work.
Yes, sir, Commissioner.
Well, I move we approve item number 20 as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed?
Thank you, Commissioner.
Motion carries. Item number 21 is our consent agenda. We have reports from all of our justices of the peace, 1, 2, 3, and 4, our IT department, Karnes County Road and Bridge Special Projects / landfill. Our maintenance department has got his in there, constable precincts 1 and 3, the DMV, and our county library reports in there. Sheriff, I'll pull your report at the end of the month, because I do want to highlight a couple of things, but it's not on the consent agenda on this one, okay?
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to the consent agenda? Item number 22, do we need to pull any of those reports? Take a look at them, talk about them, take any action on them? Hearing none, I will move to item number 23, updates from our commissioners, starting with Commissioner Beatrick in Precinct 1.
Thank you, sir. After court last month, I took the desk and chairs that were declared surplus to the Thriving Hearts Crisis Center's satellite office here in Karnes City. I've been researching grants for different county projects that I'd like to support. I studied Karnes County's subdivision regulations, so I was prepared for a meeting that I had with the county engineer and developers who are looking to subdivide large parcels here in Karnes County.
Clarify that, our road and bridge engineer is not looking to subdivide.
No, I apologize. There are developers coming in, and I met with them and the engineer at the same time. I helped our IT department move a copy machine from the attorney's office to the auditor's office, and then from the auditor's office to the Market Street office. I've been watching the progress of the repairs on our roof, deck, and lighting at the square. Over the last month, I've received several calls about the burn ban. I reviewed the Texas Forest Service predictive services and felt it would be safe to remove the burn ban, so I reached out to Judge Hedke about lifting it. I attended the Karnes County interagency meeting. I met with the road and bridge engineer to start planning which roads to pave during our next budget year. My method of prioritizing is based on how many people live off a particular county road. So I drove down the county roads in Precinct 1 and I put together a 10-mile priority list for the road and bridge department. I also made a list of maintenance items and provided them to our county engineer. I met with Jaime from the city of Kennedy about the alleyway behind the old road and bridge building. It appears that the utilities back there should be okay for us to proceed with the EMS training facility, and I'm gonna work on getting him a copy of our latest survey. I worked the food bank distribution last week at the Karnes County Youth Showgrounds. The art bus is now running between Karnes City, Kennedy, and Runge, so I jumped on to get an idea of the route, and I provided feedback to Art. And the city of Kennedy approached me about needing a county representative for the Tiers Board. So I spent a lot of time last week researching it and learning about how tax increment reinvestment zones work. That's all I have.
Awesome, thank you. Commissioner Precinct 2.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank all of our county employees for their hard work. And County Road 254, we're working now on a big box culvert, getting ready to finish that project. on County Road 264 is being paved right now. County Road 253 is in the final stages of design, and a low water crossing box culvert's been put in. County Road 230 drainage and head wall repair. County Road 207 is in the design stage to get the zipped and cement stabilized, and a complete overall paving on and an emergency repairs on one entrance there. County engineer and I met with a citizen in Santa Maria working on a drainage problem. Temporary modification is in development. Reported signage and repairs on county roads. Met with citizen on County Road 209 concerning replacement of a fence and drainage, and would like to thank the constituents for their coordination on site restriction on a 90-degree corner and their fence placement. Had several conversations with State Representative Ryan Ginn's office concerning Kennedy's water pipeline with some citizens there in Falls City, and on some radioactive dumping in the old Conoco plant property on 791. There's some citizens there that would like to really have a town hall meeting, maybe get things explained, ask questions, and next week I'll be talking with the judge and the county attorney, see if we can't set some kind of a town hall meeting up. And God bless America.
I want to touch on, before I move to Commissioner Rosales, on the water project that is coming through. I mentioned that I was at a probate guardianship conference. It was in Lubbock, so I had tons of time behind the windshield and time to talk, and some of those Falls City residents reached out to me, and I made some phone calls, not only to Representative Guillen himself, but I reached out to Evergreen, and I got some answers from the Evergreen watershed and relayed those back. So they feel a little bit better about the current state of how things are. I'll leave it at that. Commissioner Rosales.
Morning. County Road 359, doing asphalt patching. County Road 358, road repairs. County Road 264, paving by contractor. County Road 250, 251, 249, shredding. County Road 343, we picked up a lot of trash there, mattress, box springs, just a bunch of mess. Had several meetings with different elected officials regarding county business. Took all my phone calls, took care of that. But I do want to say one thing. I want to say it's an honor to have Commissioner Viatric on the court. He does so much work on this, and I met with him, and he really details everything when he comes to court. He's a real good commissioner.
Commissioner Geisler.
So County Road 104 and 107 project, there's quite a few water crossing bridges. Road and Bridges have been out there repairing them. They're doing a great job there. I noticed the spraying's been done across the county. Last Friday, I attended the Rundgren Chamber of Commerce Casino Night. It was a good time, good turnout. Handled quite a few constituent calls. There's quite a bit of trash that's still being dumped on the county roads. No sheriff's office and Road and Bridge, both were notified. That's all I've got.
All right, thank you. Item number 24, reports from our tax assessor, collector, auditor, and treasurer. Tammy, you're up first.
Good morning again. How are y'all today?
Good.
Good.
Okay, for the month of April, the current month-to-date collections that the county M&O had was $41,530.58. The current year-to-date was $20,961,756.58, with 97.93% collected. This morning, when I left office, it was 98.05. And last year, at this time, at the end of April, not at this time, I'm sorry, on April 30th of last year,
The collections were 97.97%. So we're a little bit lower than we were last year, but not too terribly much. For the delinquent month to date, it was $15,456.16. The delinquent year to date was $397,645.95 with 16.95% collected. On the county INS, the delinquent month to date was $234.60. The delinquent year to date was $1,657.48 with 13.36% collected. On the road and bridge, the current month to date was $7,028.51. The current year to date was $3,574,855.92 with 97.93% collected. On the delinquent month to date, it was $2,923.13. The delinquent year to date was $65,501.32 with 16.27% collected. On April the 1st, we had a tax sale. There were 14 properties that were offered up in the tax sale. 5 were withdrew before the tax sale even started because they were paid in full. So that left 9 properties. 7 of those sold. Of the two that didn't sell, 1 was a vacant lot. It will be offered up for sale at a future date. And the other one was,
next to the,
it was struck off to the entities.
oh, okay.
It was struck off to the entities.
Right.
And the other one that was struck off was next to a water
the
treatment
one,
plant.
yeah.
So that one's probably going to be a little bit difficult to sell because of where it's located, but both properties will be on a future sale, future public sale.
And thank you to our extraordinary auctioneer, Mr. Banks, who conducted that. He's in the audience back there if you want to visit with him about that.
Could we have a demonstration?
All right, Tom, you're up next.
All right, Court, good morning. I gave you all my summary sheet for my monthly report. So overall, on the revenues for the general fund, on the ad valorem taxes, we're actually 0.35% over on collections. County sales tax, we're down about 8%, and we're getting less sales tax in this year than what we have, so we just need to adjust that when we do next year's budget. Interest for 72%, EMS receipts 78%, and tax office fees 94%. So we don't have a lot remaining of our budget, like 29%. Our expenses, we've only spent like 23%. We got 67% left in the general fund to spend. So as you can see, we're doing very well revenue-wise versus expenses. Road and bridge, their ad valorem taxes are 0.31% over, which is delinquent taxes coming in. Interest is 49.09%. Oil and gas leases 225.74, and all other revenue 9%. So they have about 53% remaining for the year. And their expenses are kind of proportional to ours. They're about 66.96% remaining. Our non-court bills are $10,990,953.76, which majority of that is always GO, $9,642,203.83. 2 payrolls of $634,133.04. Payroll taxes, insurances, retirement, $523,682.20. Utilities, $59,297.42. And then other fees, this last month, we had quarterly amounts that we pay back to the comptroller. That amounted to like $86,000, and the health reimbursement account was $24,600. Investments last month were down $1,126,000. We moved monies around, paying GO and so forth. So tax class, we had $31,232,741.11. Tax pool, $42,618,846.66. And Persian multi-bank is $31,933,2.75, which is total in investments was $105,784,290.52.
Awesome. I got they were on my desk whenever I got back. Come on up by, I'm just rambling. I had our appraisal estimates, and year before last, Tammy, I think we were at 11 billion, we're up at like 9 billion. We're down a little bit on ours, so on the appraisal. But okay, thank you, Tom. Ida.
Balance as of March 2025, $108,333,900. $303,092.21. Receipts for the month of April 2025, $26,491,739.26. Disbursements for the same time period, $27,931,616.61. Balance as of April 2025, $106,863,214.86.
A lot of money flows through this county.
Yes.
So bad. Item number 25, discuss/action regarding the treasurer's report.
I'll make the motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
I'll second it.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Thank you,
And I
guys.
just want to say thank you to Carol. We're going to miss you. I do love you, but I really do hate you for retiring early. Enjoy your life. We appreciate everything you've done for the county.
10 days, right? Next Friday after next?
Next Friday.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. Great career. Okay, item number 26, discuss/acknowledge personnel changes. This is all departments. The ones that I have are new hires in the sheriff's office, 2 new dispatchers, and a patrol deputy. There's chief over there. Are we fully loaded, or are we still down 1 or 2? One position from being completely staffed in our SO. Excellent job. No promotions or transfers or reassignments. We did have some resignations and terminations within the Sheriff's Department, EMS, and looks like our Road and Bridge had one too. No retirements, currently hiring for Emergency Management Coordinator. I'll touch on that. I have talked to several individuals that do have some applications in, not quite meeting exactly what we need, but I'm going to update the court kind of on how I think that should, how that should be structured because of how emergency management works, but that's at a later date. Still currently hiring for facility security. I do have an interview, Elaine, is she back there, on Friday? Thursday. Karnes Wilson Juvenile is still hiring for attendance specialist, HHSC administrator, prevention specialist, ropes facilitator. Human resources is looking for an assistant. It's become that time. Elaine has transitioned and she's settled, and so she's ready to hire for that position. Sheriff's Department is looking for an admin assistant, detention officer, which is a jailer, patrol deputy, and tax office is looking for a deputy clerk. Okay. Item number 27 is payment of our bills.
All right, Court, the total bills, the packet that was uploaded, actually on page 15, the original packet, there was a duplicate South Texas Blood Bank invoice that should not have been on there. So the total amount is $2,284,525.49, and Carol will have the corrected packet to upload into the minutes. The general fund was $252,571.66. Road and Bridge was $1,975,641.20. Another large item was on the sheriff forfeiture fund. They purchased new weapons, so that was $37,771.21. So the total, once again, Court, is $2,284,525.49.
Make the motion to pay the bills as presented.
I'll second.
All right, any other discussion on the bills? Not, got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Item number 28, acknowledge Commissioners Court will meet on May 27th, 2025 at 9 o'clock in the morning, right here in our Karnes County Historic Courtroom at 101 North Santa Maria Avenue, Suite 200, Karnes City, Texas, 78118. Item number 29,